Once again, we'd like to welcome you in today's edition of the Morning Call. The detention of former French President Nicolas Sarkozy over claims of receiving millions of euros in illegal election financing from the regime of the late Libyan President Muammar Gaddafi continues to spark different reactions. In an exclusive interview with Africanews, son of the fallen Libyan leader Saif Al Islam welcomed this arrest, reiterating his offer of evidence he gave to Euronews in Tripoli in 2011. According to him, the evidence he provided shows that Sarkozy's 2007 election campaign was indeed funded by illicit funds. He has, however, lamented that it has taken the French justice system 7 years to finally act on this matter. This report has more details on this.
Saif Al Islam Gaddafi, the son of fallen Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi, has welcomed the detention of former French President Nicolas Sarkozy and reiterated his offer of evidence showing that Sarkozy's 2007 election campaign was funded by illicit funds. Speaking exclusively to Africanews' correspondent Zineb Benzita, Saif said that there are several witnesses willing to testify against Sarkozy. Saif Al Islam specifies that if the court today decided to start the case, it is because it received evidence and that it still has in its possession other solid evidence against Nicolas Sarkozy. Saif says there is a recording of the first meeting between Sarkozy and Gaddafi held in Tripoli before his 2007 election campaign. He also says he witnessed the delivery of the first tranche of the money to Claude Guillain in Tripoli and that the second tranche was delivered by Sanusi and Bashir Salah in Paris. Though he denies the allegations, Sarkozy was taken into custody on Tuesday. The prosecution claims Sarkozy spent nearly double the legal limit of $24 million on his campaign.
Well, the former French president, who is in police custody, has always denied these accusations, which he repeatedly called outrageous. I may remind you that the case emerged in 2012 after the publication of Mediapart, an online investigation publication dated 2006. It reports a financial agreement between the Libyan regime and Nicolas Sarkozy, then presidential candidate, through Brice Hatefeu, then immigration minister, and the businessman Ziad Tiadine. We've talked about the release of the son of the former Libyan President Muammar Gaddafi, Saif Al Islam, on this matter, and in order to better understand the position, we will try to break it down with the help of our journalist Zineb Benzita. Good morning, Zineb. What's your overview of Saif Al Islam's release? Well, in this statement, Saif Al Islam started by congratulating the French judicial authorities on the arrest of Nicolas Sarkozy, but he felt it was a pity that it came late and 7 years after the end of the war. He pointed out that he had given evidence of what he said in the interview granted to Euronews in 2011 in Tripoli, but quote, whether in France or international justice system did not budge at the time. Saif Al Islam specifies that if court today decided to launch the case, it would be because it has received evidence and still has in its possession other solid evidence against Nicolas Sarkozy. In his reaction, he added that he has not been heard as a witness in this case, or the former director of the Libyan intelligence services, who still holds a recording of the first meeting of Sarkozy and Gaddafi in Tripoli before his election campaign. And he also says he witnessed the delivery of the first installment of money to Claude Guillain in Tripoli, and the second installment was delivered by Swans and Bashir Salah in Paris.
Qui détient encore un enregistrement de la première réunion de Nicolas Sarkozy et Muammar Gaddafi à Tripoli avant sa campagne électorale. Et plutôt, il dit également avoir été témoin de la livraison de la première tranche de l'argent à Claude Guillain à Tripoli et que la deuxième tranche a été livrée par Sunusi et Bachir Salah à Paris.
Zineb, Mr. Al Islam also spoke about the situation in Libya, and he accuses Mr. Sarkozy of being responsible for it and believes it's urgent that elections be held this year. Well, according to him, Sarkozy is a war criminal and must be prosecuted for his crimes against Libya. Sarkozy said he is responsible for the chaos and the spread of terrorism and illegal immigration in Libya and in the region. He also warns that if elections are still delayed, there will be an endless war, and there are already signs in the air in Libya. In this sense, he also supports the initiative to accelerate the organization of presidential elections in Libya. I also want to point out that there are parties in Libya and abroad that seek to maintain the current situation because they feed off the Libyan conflict. And finally, he calls on President Macron to take measures and support the elections in Libya, which could correct what his predecessor did.
Et aussi, dans son appel au président Emmanuel Macron, il prend des mesures et de soutenir les élections présidentielles anticipées en Libye qui pourront corriger peut-être ce qu'il a fait Nicolas Sarkozy à la Libye.
Thank you, Zineb, for this analysis of the reaction of Saif Al Islam concerning the custody of Nicolas Sarkozy and the illegal financing of his campaign. Zineb Benzita is in Tunis for Africa News.